and thank you for allowing me to come live into your eyes and ears direct from here at Windy Bottom. And a very, very good evening to you all, and I hope you are most awfully well. Now then, before I go any further, the first thing to let you know is that tonight it's just going to be an hour because I am knackered. It's been a really long couple of days, really exciting, but a long couple of days, and I've got loads of stuff to do. And I've got busy days coming up as well, so it's just going to be an hour tonight. But that's an hour of the most tremendous fun. We can squeeze in all of the features that you know and hate. Doubtless there'll be an OPWAP or two sneaking in. All of the other features, all of the usual fun. And I thought tonight I would invite questions from you all. So if anybody has got a question that they would like to ask me, do please ask away. And other than that, I thought I'd just kind of use the time to bring you up to speed on what's been happening. So there we are. That's what we can expect from this evening. And let's have a little drink first. I mean, let's be civilized about it, shall we? So your very good health. This is my first sip of the night. Oh, and again, today, I've earned this. Oh, that really is very nice. Now then, let's see who we've got with us. I love this bit. I'm very excited. I'm always excited and thrilled when I get to spend this time with you. It's a wonderful, magical time. So, let's see who we've got in the room. Jimmy Quinn is with us, the lovely Jimmy, and he says good evening, and I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say good evening to you, Jimmy. We hope you're well. GUU is with us. Good evening, Mr. Boaty and all. A very good evening to you. Monsieur Gilbert Theophilus Codwacker is with us, of course. Part of the furniture is Gilbert, and he offers creditations. What an exotic greeting on this. It's been a better day, hasn't it? I mean, it's been a bit wet, but my God, double figure temperatures. Very nice. Steve Colg is with us, and he is drinking Vimto. Pardon me if my throat is it's been a long couple of days. I've done an awful lot of talking. I've got half a lurgy, just one of those low-grade winter lurgies that go around. I mean, that's the beauty of being a social animal, isn't it? And going to work in a public place with members of the public who may or may not have showered recently. You tend to pick up every little thing that's going. Fight it off with alcohol, that's what I say. And I shall do exactly that. And can we all just welcome my first burp of tonight's live stream? I think I hit it rather well. So Steve Colg is with us and is drinking Vimto. Mr. Codwacker has just had, I thought he was telling us he'd had a big rump, a nice steak for dinner, because I always want to hear about what you've had for dinner, so do tell me. But apparently he has just had a big pump. That may be a farting reference, it may be a pottering reference, we don't know, but I think we would like to know about your big pump, Mr. Codwacker. Project MGTF, aka Simon, aka Miss Henrietta Pye's new daddy. And you may notice that Project MGTF has got quite a funky colour to his name and a little badge. And that is because the lovely Simon has become a channel member. And I thank him for that. And I thank all of you. Well, there's not that many of you, 3 in total. But all of you who have become channel members, thank you so much for the support. And thank you to anybody who has sent a super thing, a super chat, a super thanks, or a super sticker. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Well, I could, and I probably have, and I probably will in the future. But I'm really, really, really grateful. Yeah, if you were wondering why Simon's all lit up in colour green that matches the wheels of his car and has a little badge, that is why. He's a splendid chap who is supporting the channel, and I'm jolly grateful. KKC is with us and says good evening. Bad Books is with us and he says good evening. MCH underscore 419. Oh, I just made underscore sound potentially a little sexy. I didn't think I could do that. Underscore. I suppose underscore, underwear, underpants. Anyway. Good evening to MCH underscore 419. And he asks, what's good, Boaty? And many things are good, but I'm all good at the moment. I almost said a bad word. And thank goodness I didn't, because this is a family live stream and I will not have any fucking swearing here. Outrageous. Everything's good with me at the moment. Life is being very, very kind to me, as are some of you. We'll get on to that a little later. Mr. Ben 747, he's one of my favourite joint creations of a children's TV programme and an aircraft, because there is another now, they're breeding. And he says, evening Boaty, you magnificent fellow, and greetings to all on here, which is a splendid, all-encompassing greeting. And we thank you for that, Mr. Ben 747, and we send your own fine salutations back in your direction with added love and good wishes. Project Nigel is in the house. The lovely Captain Mustard, with whom I've spent the biggest part of today. So it's never less than an absolute joy to have the hairy Paddington with us. Carl Davis is with us and says, good evening, is it Friday yet? No, I'm afraid it's only Monday. Oh my goodness, somebody has, who's done that? Somebody has pinged me a lovely thing. Now then, that takes me, how lovely. Thank you so much. That will be going to a jolly good use. I can't work out who sent it at the moment. Oh, is it Mr. Ben? Oh, Mr. Ben, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know where that's going. You know, don't you? Yeah, we'll come on to that. Exciting news, my loves. MMM has entered the chat, says MCH underscore 419. And MMM, of course, stands for Mustard, the Muff Magnet, because our Captain Mustard, he's a bit of a hit with the ladies, and possibly some of the chaps, for all I know. Ali Mac Mechanical is with us. We were talking about you today, Ali Mac. You and your live streams and how on earth you get away with it. Ali Mac does a live stream that begins on Friday and ends at some point the following Wednesday. And it's it's a bit lively. It's a bit lively, isn't it, Ali Mac? But he says, hello, Boaty and friends, and both I and my friends say hello to you. Thank you for joining us. Gilbert Theophilus Codwacker says, well, a miracle has happened. Mustard and Boaty have sold a car. Yeah, so let's deal with that. Mustard and Boaty Do Cars, a channel you may be familiar with, that's been lying dormant for a while. And over the space of however many episodes we did, we actually only managed to do one car, and we kind of didn't do it completely. We did a bit of it. We did the buying bit, but we didn't really do the preparing for sale, advertising and selling bit. But we have squared that circle, because the one and only car that Mustard and Boaty have so far done, there's going to be more, has been well and truly done, because it has sold for actual money, and it's gone to an amazingly good home. It already has its own Gladys, has her own Instagram doings, and we're absolutely delighted about that. Although Mustard is a bit heartbroken, because he really did adore that car, and I adored the gramophone, and it will always have a special place in our hearts, because it's the first car that we did together. There will be more cars to come, and there will be more Mustard and Boaty to come. In fact, there will be an episode of Mustard and Boaty Do Cars coming this Thursday at the usual time, which was... What time do they go out, Mustard? Is it 8:42? I think it's 8:42. But there'll be an episode coming out where we explain what the future is going to be. Not your future. I mean, we're not fortune tellers. And we're not going to read you a horoscope. We're going to tell you what the future of Mustard and Boaty Do Cars is. And spoiler alert, it's not going to be Mustard and Boaty Do Cars for much longer. Probably until later on Thursday night. But there are exciting things to come. Trust me. You can trust me. I'm a reverend. Now then. An hour of comedy gold, says Pro. I'm not sure about that, Simon, but Will. How's Henny? How's Henny doing? I saw your short on your when you discovered Sports Neutral. A splendidly thrusty, going nowhere type of gear. GUU is on his last glass of grape juice already. He's well ahead of me. I'm on my first. But cheers to you. Hope you enjoyed, and hope you go to bed well and truly not sober, which in my experience is a splendid way to go to bed. And I should quickly mention that I'm coming to you into your eyes and your ears using my brand new tripod, which is a diminutive little fellow. And I lashed out £4.99 of my own pence on it to replace the one that broke. And it's really cute and splendid, and I've called it Sonia. So welcome, Sonia, to the Boaty's World community. Thank you for the part that you are already playing in it, and I'm sorry that you can't see Sonia because the recording device is mounted on Sonia. Yes, Sonia on her first day has been mounted. But there you are. That's the sort of thing that you can expect, I'm afraid, with me around. Gilbert asks, do you know how to earth a submarine? I think there may be a joke coming. I don't. Do tell us. Oh, hello. Usually fixing and tinkering is in the house. How splendid. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And he says, good evening, Mr. Boaty. And I say a jolly good evening to him. Good evening, good evening. Arthritis is with us. Good evening, you big lanky fud. I'll take that. Good evening to you, Arthritis. Carl Davis says, that bottle of red wine on your table, ornament or drinkable? It's a Rioja, and as far as I'm aware, it's perfectly drinkable. Or, well, it's been uncorked a while. I think I've mentioned this before. But that was Chinese madam decided to experiment with drinking. I mentioned she had real trouble getting off to sleep, whereas I have zero difficulty. We've covered that insomnia thing, haven't we, Howard? And she said, how do I do it? And I said, well, hard work, tiredness, but above all, a little drinky before going to bed, or not a little. And she decided to go with that advice and immediately necked a bottle of red and then opened that one as well to follow on with it. And then she was copiously sick everywhere and was unconscious for about 24 hours and decided never to drink again. So that is the residue. So it's probably ornament, I suppose. Having been uncorked for a year, um, I'm not sure how drinkable it would be. But don't worry, if you're coming round and you enjoy red wine, I have other fresh red wine. I've got some very nice red wine. I've got some Harrods Claret. But the red wine lives in the front parlour over there, through there, behind you, that direction. And I've got a booze stand, and the red wine lives on there, including the Harrods Claret that I'm saving for a special occasion. And I know exactly what that special occasion will be, but I can't tell you. Oh, I have a question. I love questions and I love answering questions. And the question comes from Simon, Project MGTF, who is in green with a badge because he is a channel member and a splendid one to boot. And his question is, ice cream or custard with apple pie? Well, let's put that out there to everybody. My personal answer to that would be neither. I mean, custard, just no, full stop. It shouldn't be a thing. Ice cream, I enjoy ice cream. I like an ice cream as much as the next man, but I don't want it with apple pie. I want my apple pie hot and crusty and crumbly, and I want my ice cream separately. Ideally in a cone with a flake and some raspberry sauce. No, so neither, but let's put that question out there to everybody else. Should have named the channel Boaties Ocean. That way us viewers could be Boaties Floaties. I quite like that. I quite like that. That would have been quite good actually. Some people saying hello to each other. Jack Me Off. Jack Me Off says hi, Busted and Moti, and we say hi to you. Lord Brennan of Sealand is with us and says good evening, and it's a snowy afternoon where he is in Vancouver, which I happen to know is in the Canada environ. And yeah, there tends to be quite a lot of snow in Canada, doesn't there? Yeah, Canada is kind of a bit like Britain, but colder. Anyway, a jolly good evening to you, and we hope that you are safe, warm and well. Oh dear me. Yeah, Project Nigel. Hello everyone again. What a lovely turnout. Just got off the toilet. And the question that springs immediately to mind there is that when he's talking about a lovely turnout, does he mean the beautiful and wonderful people with whom I'm sharing this live stream? I'm proud to do so, may I add. Or is he talking about his own effluence? Dear me. Pass the mind bleach, someone. Gilbert tells us that a pump is a fart, so we can see the direction this live stream is going in. Oh, hello, our first OPWAP of the evening is in. OPWAP, Cleo Rocco, the one with the big bangers on Nick Kenny Everett show. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, well, I'm sure she's an OP. Whether she's a WAP, I don't know. It's a shame we can't have pictures, isn't it? I should do some sort of yearly roundup of the OPWAPs with pictures. And I don't know if the Mary Berry hot or not debate. Oh, hello. I don't know if the Mary Berry hot or not debate is still going, but I've seen pictures and it's a not. Definitely a not. I had the most amazing lunch. I had a kebab from Istanbul and it was absolutely fabulous. And I found myself kicking myself, not literally, but metaphorically, because I had some of the hot chili sauce with it today, and I never have before. I've gone just for the naked undressed kebab, but with jalapenos and guindilla peppers and all of that sort of thing. And that was a mistake. That was a miscalculation on my part, because their hot sauce, which is a homemade thing, is absolutely fabulous, and I will be having that from now on. Uh, and the even better news is there's a little bit of kebab left for breakfast. Um, There's a feature. I was going to say that leftover kebab is the best breakfast in the world, but let's have that as a feature. What is your absolute favourite breakfast? And I want to hear from all of you on that one. Thank you so much in advance for your kind answers. Now then. Project Morris is on eBay with, oh my God, HGF, head gasket failure. Who's Project Morris? I'm not familiar with Project Morris. Who is Project Morris, Gilbert? Oh, and he also throws in an OPWAP, Jan Leeming. She was a newsreader, wasn't she? Project MGTF agrees that his name matches the wheels. Oh, MCH underscore 419 is a cheeky name change. It's Matthew. He's gone for a more anonymous and, quite frankly, sexier name, and we love that. So we welcome the artist formerly known as Matthew, but now known as MCH underscore 419. Oh, suits you, sir. Oh, another OPWAP. This one from Arthritis. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton. Ah, well. Yeah, why not? Yeah, she's definitely an OP, isn't she? And I think many would agree that she's a WAP. So, Dolly Parton, welcome to the OPWAP world. We should, we should get in contact with these people. We should make up some sort of certificate saying, congratulations, you are a certified Boaties World OPWAP, and send it to them on Instagram or Twitter or something. That would actually be really funny. Should we do that? Somebody, let's do that. Let's do that. Somebody make up a certificate, or I'll do it when I've got time. And let's make sure that we're all connected on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and stuff. And let's send the certificate. Anybody nominated here as an OPWAP, let's send them a certificate and see what they come back with, and maybe make a video out of it. That would be really funny. I mean, would they be flattered or would they be offended? But I don't know, but we need to do this. We totally need to do this. Oh, and it was Mr. Ben 747 with the super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, super grateful for that. Mustard will have to buy Sheeson as he's running out of cars. Mustard will not be buying Sheeson. Sheeson, when I got there, oh shit, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler. No, I mean, you're very kind to support me in the live streams, so you deserve some inside in advance knowledge. And I'm not being exclusive because anybody can watch these live streams. When I got to the yard today, the Yard of Dreams, otherwise known as PNHQ or whatever other bloody silly, excuse me, first hiccup, second burp. Oh dear. When I got to the yard today, I looked around and oh, it's a really difficult moment when I arrive at the yard. because as I drive round to the end and I see Sheeson, it breaks my heart. It absolutely breaks my heart that there is the car that my favourite car that I'm hopelessly head over heels in love with, and it's there looking abandoned and unloved, and it wasn't there today. And I thought, oh, he's moved it. And I looked around the yard and it wasn't anywhere in the yard. This is on a film, by the way. And I thought, well, I didn't just think, I said it out loud to my portable electric telephone on which I was recording at the time. And I said, well, he's either scrapped it or he's taken, I shouldn't call it, them. He's either scrapped them because, of course, Sheeson is the world's first outed non-binary Rover 25. I thought he's either scrapped them or they must be inside the lockup receiving some love. So with a sense of enormous anticipation, I entered the lockup. I entered it, well, without so much as a by your leave. And sure enough, there was Sheeson in the relative warm and definite dry. And they had been receiving some love. They had a fully charged battery. The bonnet was open and it filled my heart with absolute joy. And for the past, how long has Sheeson been abandoned at the yard? Is it 3 or 4 years? So for the past 3 or 4 years, I've always left with a sense of, I love my time there. It's my favourite part of the week, the best part of my life at the moment, really. But I always leave with a sense of despondency over Sheeson. And today I feel splendid, knowing that they're getting a bit of love and in due course will be all sorted and wonderful and coming back home. And I've allowed myself not to fall in love with them all over again, but to remember just how much I do love them. I stroked that car. I adore that car. And that car is going to get a lot of Boaty love. And Boaty's got a lot of love to give. So yeah, that car is going to have nice tyres and it's going to be polished and detailed, and the gramophone is going to be sorted, and all those little bits are going to be sorted. And it's going to be, Sheeson is going to be my Nigel. I'm going to make that car the best it can be. And when I say I mean other people. I will just pay them or bribe them or bully them into doing it. I can do some bits. I'm jolly good at making the tyres look black. And I'm becoming better at polishing. And I'm jolly good on interiors. Anyway, so yeah, why am I talking about that? Oh yeah, because Gilbert said that Mustard will have to buy Sheeson. No. So he won't be buying Sheeson, but he does need to buy some cars because he has pretty much run out. Here's another spoiler. No, I can't tell you that, can I? No, I can't. That wouldn't be fair because that will be something happening on his video. So, you know, hypothetically, if he'd sold another car today, I couldn't tell you about that because that would be unfair and a spoiler on his channel. And I'm not entitled to give out spoilers on his channel. So there we are. But he is running out of cars. He does need to buy some more. But guess what? I need to buy some more too. And we need to get back to the idea of having both sold vehicles and jointly sold a vehicle, or sold what kind of was a joint vehicle. Then, you know, we need to try and get on a bit of a roll and try and buy another one and sell it for more than we paid for it. That would be a splendid thing to do. Before the little money that we've got gets frittered away on essentials like bills and food and strippers. Oh, another question. Good. What is your favourite powdered food? Oh, now then. Feel free, anybody else, to answer that. What is my favourite powdered food? Got it. My favourite powdered food is a catering pack, which is like that. And that reminds me, I've run out, I haven't got any. I need to order some. A catering pack of Knorr 3 peppercorn sauce. I'm a big fan of cheats, and I always think that if you can buy something that is every bit as good and as healthy as you can make yourself from scratch, then I think you're kind of daft not to buy it. Now, I make a really, really good sauce au poivre, but I can't always be bothered to. When I had more time, then I would make a batch and portion freeze it. But it's one of those things that I don't seem to get round to so much now. And most shop-bought peppercorn sauce, whether it's a ready-done sauce or sauce from a powder or something, it's too creamy. It's way too creamy and it's way too bland. But this, it's not available from supermarkets or anything. It's a catering thing, but you can buy it on Amazon. And yeah, it's designed for professional catering use as a base, and as a cheat, it's absolutely brilliant. Because you can just it's stable. It just needs cold water that's gradually brought to a simmer, and you just add in your own extra bits and pieces, whatever you fancy putting in there. So that would be my favourite powdered food, although it's kind of not food, it's a sauce. And thank you for the reminder that I need to order some more, which I will do, possibly tonight after this. Yeah, Ali Mac talking about his live stream says they're pretty crazy, and I don't always get away with it. I'm not bloody surprised. I mean, God knows I'm no prude, and I tuned into about half an hour of yours when there were, I think it was 3 of you chaps and a lady on your Zoom live stream. Bloody hell, fire. Talk about after the watershed material. Lord above. Stephen S. Paul is with us and says, good evening, Boatman. Good evening to you, sir. Jimmy Quinn. Oh, God, listen to this. Jimmy Quinn had Wagyu burger with chili con carne, French fries and salad. We all want your life, Jimmy Quinn. Good God, you eat better than I do, and I eat like a king. But thank you for that information, and I love knowing what you had for dinner. Oh, Beards and Bangers is with us. Rob, yeah? Rob, I think. Rob. I think. Beards and Bangers is with us. So let's take a moment to congratulate Mr. B&B on the growth of his channel, because it's absolutely flying. Last time I looked, you were well over the 200 mark, and it's only like a couple of days ago we were trying to get help get you up to 100. Well, no bloody help needed now. The training wheels are off and you are flying. And Mr. B&B, if you haven't checked out his channel, do so. You can see him there in the comments. You can probably click on him and get to all of his stuff. And he is living a lot of our dreams, and he's added yet another addition to his fleet, and it's is it a K10 or a K11? I think it's a K. Is it a K11? Is it a K11, Mr. B&B? He's added anyway. He's added a Micra, the kind of Micra that I passed my driving test in, and have subsequently owned. The most recent two, really quite recently, within the last couple of years, and it's a gorgeous little thing. It's got the ultimate 80s, 90s accessory, a tilt and slide sunroof. And he's going to do some exciting things with the engine department. He's going to make that 1 litre normally aspirated power plant sing a bit. I had to go out, so I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw it as much as you were going to say that you were going to make it breathe a bit better. But they're fabulous little cars. I've got a real soft spot for them. That looks like a good one. I believe it was an eBay buy. I'd love to know how much you paid for it, mate. And I'm really looking forward to watching the progress on that one, as well as all of your other cars. So check out the channel. That channel is on a massive, steep growing curve, and deservedly so. He's a lovely guy. He's got a great, a really engaging presenting style, and he's got some fabulous cars. So he's not going to go too far wrong with that combination, is he? So check him out, and it's great that you're part of our little thing here, so that we can live it along with you. And I'd love to get together sometime and have a drive of your cars, let you have a drive of mine, and do a bit of collaborative stuff. Obviously you went to Mustard first because he's more famous than I am, so can't blame you for that. But next time you're up in this neck of the woods, or anywhere sort of nearby, but it'd be great to make that happen. MCH _ 419 had a homemade meat and potato pie for dinner again. Lucky chap. Gilberti Codwacker says that he thinks we should have Boaty ordained. And as Project Nigel points out, I already am ordained. I really am a reverend minister of the church. Yes, a real one. On the register, not the perverts register, the register of clerics, although sometimes those two things do sadly cross over. And yes, I have a little card and a unique number and a certificate of ordination, and I'm allowed to carry out all of the normal things that a reverend can do. So yeah, births, marriages, deaths, divorces, exorcisms, you name it, I can do it. So if you want to, yeah, if you want to, yeah, why not get married by Boaty? Take me to Vegas and I'll marry you in a heartbeat. I don't mean I'll marry you personally. I mean I will marry you and your other half, unless you're like a super fit lady, in which case I probably would marry you. Where did I get to? Simon gives us a Henrietta Pie update and says she's good and he's looking forward to the weekend to get some proper fettling and exploring started. Again, Simon, Project MGTF is a relatively new channel. Again, he's in like the first phase of growth, and he's also expanding his motoring fleet, and he has done so by buying one of mine. Miss Henrietta Pie, my Rover 75 Tourer. Well, it's not mine anymore, is it? It's Simon's. It now belongs to Simon, and yesterday, Sunday, I delivered it, and Simon kindly brought me back along with a fish tank, which is now starting a new life at Shea Mustard. So yeah, so if you haven't already subbed to Project MGTF, do so, partly to see his own content. And he's one of those clever people that can do things with clever cameras and get amazing footage from different parts of the car. If you've ever watched James, JM on Cars, or Matt, Furious Driving's channel, then you'll see much of the same sort of thing with Simon's, because he's also clever and can do those things. He's not like me that films everything on an elderly iPhone 6 and buggers that up half of the time. And do check it out as well to see the progress with Miss Henrietta Pie. I can't wait to see to see how she goes on and to see the improvements, because God knows there is room for improvement. And I think he's just the man for the job. So it'll be great to see another car that that's going off to live its best life. So yeah, sub 2 Project MGTF. Excuse me. Our first message that has been held for review. Let's have a look at it. Why was that held for review? That's perfectly harmless. I think it's just it's a little bit small. Can't see anything wrong with that. Oh, and Simon also says that he sold another guitar today, so should be able to get Margaret back on the road soon. Well, that's good news. Margaret is Project MGTF's MGTF, and Margaret has been a bit poorly. One of her wheel bearings has committed suicide. So that's good news. That'll be excellent to have her back on the road. I fancy an MGF, and there's a silver one on eBay. And actually, it was on a classified. Do any of you guys know it? It was on eBay. I think the listing has finished tonight, but I don't think the car is sold because it was on as a classified ad. And it was on for $975. It's in the correct colour of silver. It's MOT'd, all driving well. And the chap bought it to do that Scottish 500 thing. If any of you have got any knowledge on that car, do let me know, please, because it's a bit tempting. Although it would have to be, it'd have to come down a bit, quite a bit. So let's see. Lindsay de Paul had a 3-legged cat called Tripod. She would have been an Oprah. No, they don't, KKC. No, they don't. That's a whole different thing. Look, come on, play the game, son. I mean, we're treading a bit of a fine line as it is, talking about oat waps. You can't start talking about pottering the past. That is not a feature. I do not want it. No. You get me taken off YouTube. A nice Chianti. Says a nice Chianti or Chateau Neuf. He's got expensive taste, hasn't he? Chateau Neuf du Pape, out of my league. We're getting some answers coming into the apple pie question. Ali Mac says custard. Carl Davis says custard. Celia mustard. I've never seen this before. Right, there is now a YouTube channel called Senior Mustard. How fabulous is that? That's great. Welcome to the live stream, Senior Mustard. And I'll see you on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it. Shall we have mustards, senior and junior? Can we organise something for lunch on Wednesday? I will need feeding. If I get there early enough, can we sort of lunch out? Something on the way or there or anyway, yes, we can deal with that. Welcome, Senior Mustard, who also goes for custard. Mustard goes for custard. Oh, and he adds a definitely. As far as he's concerned, it's obviously custard with apple pie. Why would it not be? Ice cream is nice, but not melted, says KKC. I agree with you. That's why I wouldn't want it on a hot apple pie. Gilbert says tip-top on apple pie. What the hell is tip-top? I dread to think. Steakhog says, I scream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. We do indeed. James Wilson says fish fingers and custard. And I think you should go and sit in the corner and think about what you have just said. But have we welcomed you? I don't think we have. Let's welcome James Wilson to the live stream. Thank you for joining us. MCH_419 says red wine instead of coolant at this time of year is a great solution for head gasket issues. This poor chap, Head gasket issues are never far from his mind, are they? Oh dear. Obviously it won't fix the car, but warm wine is a bonus while you wait for the recovery truck. Look, we're all feeling your head gasket pain. Shall we do a crowdfunding to get MCH underscore 419's poor streetwise head gasket sorted? Controversial response to the pie question, says Simon. Anti-custard indeed. Yeah, I make no apologies for being anti-custard. I don't think it's right. I can't tell you why, I just don't think it's right. Oh, here's a question. Does mash belong on a Christmas dinner? I'd like to hear your answer to that. My answer would be, why not? There's no reason why it shouldn't, in my book. And I'm trying to think, have I ever served mash with a Christmas dinner? And I think I probably have, because I love mashed potato. Would I do it now? Oh, probably not. I'd probably go for, obviously roast, that's a given. But, you have so much other roast stuff on a Christmas dinner, yeah. I'm going for yes. Mash does belong on a Christmas dinner. But I'd love to hear your answers to that. Mash belongs everywhere, says Simon. I kind of agree with that. Custard made with carnation evaporated milk. Oh, God. Mary Berry looks like a face-up Bill Nye. Who agrees? Asks Captain Mustard. And that is Mustard Jr., not to be confused with Senior Mustard. Another OPWAP. Vicky Michelle, aka Yvette from Hello Hello. She was fit in Hello Hello, wasn't she? Fair play to Rene. He didn't have punch above his weight, didn't he? We did this the other night, didn't we? Fat blokes punching above their weight. We started out with Alf Roberts and Sue Nichols. And let's make that into an ongoing feature. Name fat men who've punched above their weight. And I include me in that. But yeah, Rene from Hello Hello was definitely a fat bloke who punched above his weight. What? Not half. Simon had a kebab for dinner but dropped all the chili sauce all over the floor. Sorry to hear that, mate. That is awful. Just awful. In answer to a query about his head gasket issues, MCH underscore 419 says he has not made it to the garage yet. Unfortunately, it's not too local, so finding the time is an issue. Basically only doing essential journeys right now. Oh, so it's still driving with these head gasket issues. Could be worse then. Oh, and now we seem to be coming on to the answers to the best breakfast. KKC says that the best breakfast is the remains of last night's beer. You leave remains. Lightweight. Mr. Ben 747 says that the best breakfast in the world is a chocolate Pop-Tart. If you're 12, that is. Well, age need not be a barrier to a chocolate Pop-Tart, which sounds a bit like a form of sexual deviancy. Lord above. Stephen S. Paul's best breakfast is raisin bran. That's incredibly healthy. Gilbert T. Codwacker says Project Morris was Mustard's blue MGZS. Okay. Right. I don't remember his blue. Project Morris. The blue MGZS. Was that the one that went in against that came in against Benny Jazzmags, or have I got that wrong? Somebody tell me. MCH underscore 419 says, oh, new name, sir. Oh, can I say it, sir? Oh, we've got another OPWAP, Dame Maureen Lipman. Oh, well, I don't think I would now, but I bloody well would have back in the day. Although, of course, we never have had the chance, because she was one of those celebrities who had an incredibly happy marriage. She was married to, sadly now passed away, the absolute genius that was Jack Rosenthal, one of the finest writers stroke directors ever produced. And he's probably most famous for Bar Mitzvah Boy, but my favourite of his was by far and away a film called The Knowledge, and it's well worth a watch if you've never seen it. So that would be my top tip. But yeah, they had an incredibly happy marriage. So the chances of whapping her back then were slim, well, non-existent. But now, who knows? So go for it, Gilbert, chant your arm, let us know how you get on. MCH underscore 419 said, I sold suits in the 90s. Well, I was supposed... Oh, I see. That was the... Oh, new name, sir. Can I say it, sir? Can I, sir? Yeah, that was picking up on my Fast Show reference. Sorry, I missed that the first time I read it. He says, I sold suits in the 90s. Well, I was supposed to spend more time avoiding the boss and chatting to the warehouse staff. Very wise. Simon says, Dolly Parton has something to do with the kids' library in Rotherham, I think. Oh, okay. Captain Mustard is kicking him with an OPWAP that he spelt wrong. I assume it's supposed to be an OPWAP, but it's an AOP WAP. Are you pissed again, Mustard? Have you gone for it again tonight? Everybody asked Mustard if he had a good night last night. Go on, ask him. Ask him. Anyway, his OPWAP is Helen Mirren, who I would have whapped in The Long Good Friday. Another excellent film if you've not seen it. Oh, Steakhog says, what's the script with the caravan? Good question. I'll whiz through the comments. Oh, we're getting close to ending time. God, I've only just started. An hour's nothing, is it? Not long enough to do anything. I will get on to the caravan, but I need to rattle through these comments and then we'll do caravan news. Any news on Yard Cat? Not sure about that one. Some visitors to the yard went after something today, but I don't know if it was the cat or the squirrel. OPWAP, Penny Mallory. Don't know who that is. KKC asks, anyone see Top Gear last night? Looks like Yard Cat has moved. I don't watch Top Gear. Don't watch any of the new ones. They're Top Gear died when the proper boys left, and no interest in watching the new ones. Not interested. Whereas the Grand Tour, certainly give that a watch. When's Clarkson's Farm coming back? I need more Clarkson's Farm. I need more of this too. Oh, that's good. Surely Sheeson is dual binary, suggests Project MGTF. Surely Sheeson is dual binary as they are two identities. Oh God. Look, I'm struggling to cope with him being single binary. The idea of them being dual binary might be a bit too much. So you might be right in theory, but I'm not going there because it's too much for my tiny mind. MCH underscore 419 says, guy round the corner from me has parked his 75 Tourer behind my streetwise. I can't deny it makes for quite a nice view when I open the curtains. Mine's ski blue. His is very similar in colour. They do look good when they're together. There's a Streetwise on Facebook Marketplace that's out of MOT in Sheffield. I've messaged about it and he hasn't got back to me. I wouldn't mind a nice spec Streetwise actually. Anyway, Top Gear don't like caravans. Project MGTF says, I want to drive Sheeson. Yeah, you've made it pretty obvious, mate. We'll sort that out. As soon as Sheeson is back, then you're very welcome to do a vid on it. Let's do a swap over, actually. Let's meet somewhere fabulous. And you do Sheeson and I'll do Margaret. Deal? Keep it Mercedes Silver. Oh, we've got another hidden comment. Let's show it. It's D Mac. Hi Boaty, says D Mac. Nice to see you again, you sexy thing. And hi to everyone in chat. Well, hello to you and your clearly very low standards in what you find sexy. But I'm enormously flattered, actually. That's make an old man blush. Pingu Concord is with us. A chap to whom I and Mustard have particular reason to be very grateful, and we will move on to that. And he says, good evening, Boaty. Does your brute release fix still work? Of course. When you do a proper fix like that, that's not going to stop working anytime soon. I just need to make it look a bit tight. In fact, I've improved it from when you saw it, because I've put a black leather keyring fob on it. I just need to maneuver it so that it only shows that half of the black leather key fob rather than the actual green wire. But yeah, the last time I tried it, it was still working, although we've seen a lot of snow and ice since then, so who knows. Allegro Gilbert says, Allegro Man is a chap to provide bodywork action for your lovely 25. Is he? Because, could do with, there's only one really bad spot. It's the offside front wing. I suppose the easiest way on that would be a new wing, rather than sorting the rust and rectification. But okay, so if he's a good bodywork man, that's brilliant. I will bear that in mind. And Gilbert knows of a Trophy Blue ZT 1.8 turbo for $16.95. Oh. Gilbert is jolly useful at. He very kindly keeps an eye open for cars, and sends links to, well, I don't know who else, but certainly sends links to me and Mustard. And we're grateful for that. And especially now, because normally when you send the links, we're too skint to buy anything. But between us, we could probably scrape together enough to buy something else now. So keep those links coming. And that goes for everybody else. If any of you know of a car going that would be suitable for me and Mustard, do please give us a shout. And I will cook you some momos in appreciation. Ali Mechanical says, I've only sold 14 cars this year. Slow year, I'd say. I've fixed more than I've sold. Simon says, I can't wait for the day Boaty buys an MGF or TF. The only problem with that, it's so long since I've driven. I haven't driven one since they were current. And I can't remember if I actually fit in them or not. I don't know if I would even fit in one. Gilberti Kodwaker's favourite powdered food is Smash. Project Nigel's favourite powdered food is Chat Masala. I gave him a little pot of Chat Masala and he adds it on pretty much everything, I think. Let me know if you need some more, mate. Favourite powdered food for KKC is coffee. Project MGTF says, I wish I had the room to buy and flip cars. Maybe I should look for a unit somewhere. Problem isn't selling the cars. Problem is buying the cars or buying them at the right money. But of course, you're like Mustard, aren't you? You can actually do stuff. You're not like me. You can buy something that's broken and you can make it work. MCH _ 419 says Stacey's Bakery, fresh cream sponge cake. It's got powdered sugar on top. Can that count as my favourite powdered food? No, it can't. You're a bloody cheat. Bad Book says proud northerner breakfast. Saveloy with peas pudding in a bap. Bloody hell, that does sound northern. Oh, the Greenwood. Tracy is with us. Good evening, Tracy. Did you live stream tonight? How's Steve doing? Is he home? I saw something about he's going to be in again over Christmas, the poor sod. But hopefully he's home and doing okay. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Oh, hello. Stephen S. Paul says, a 1981 Rover SD1 just showed up at the local scrapyard. This is an actual scrapyard, a place that will destroy this car. It's red with gold alloy wheels. It's a V8 3500 with a manual box. Well, Stephen, save it. Save it. Go and buy it immediately. You've already got 7,000 cars. One more won't hurt. And it's a manual V8 SD1. Save it. Go and save it. Go and buy it now. And let us know when you've done it. And send us pictures. Oh, that's a thought. Should we do a video where we do sort of community cars? I mean, I'd love to get to meet all of your cars individually and do proper videos, but maybe we should do like a compilation video just with community cars. Only so that when any of us talk about our own cars, if we haven't got YouTube channels or whatnot, the others know what we're talking about. Although we don't need a video to do that, do we? We could just do it on Facebook or Instagram or something, or Twitter. Just set up a hashtag, and yeah, we can all, yeah, we should do that. Mr. B&B says, thanks. Simon, Project MGTF, says, Beards and Bangers is a great channel. Kitten Face the K11. Oh yeah, I saw that. Simon named Mr. B&B's K11 Kitten Face. How far down the chat is Boaty? I need a visit to the smallest room and can't find where in chat he's at. Well, that's where I'm at, Tracy. I've just read out that comment. That's where I'm at. I'm supposed to have finished 3 minutes ago, but I'm not going to. It was my rule and I can break it. What I'm going to do is top up my wine, have half a puff, and let's crack on for another half an hour. Because I'm enjoying it, I've got comments to read out, and I haven't told you about the caravan. And you need to know about the caravan, my loves. So, bear with me, and I will be back momentarily. I've never been so turned on by an underscore. Don't know why. Oh. Oh. Can you see that? Mustard, can you see that? Having a go at me about running the car too low. £82 and 2 pence. The diesel was so much cheaper up there that I thought I might as well fill up. It's like 12p a litre cheaper than down here. 82 quid. And I'd already put the best part of 30 quid in Asda when we went, oh, can I tell you about that? When we went somewhere today. So that is £112 I've put in fuel today. Oh, I've really got one on the go. Have that. That hurt. That was actually painful. It was a combination of being glad that I actually had the money for once to fill my tank up, because I literally haven't done that for about 2 years. And just an extraordinary level of pain at parting with that amount of money. I mean, I know that it's sensible, and I know that because the diesel was so much cheaper, I know it will actually save me money, but it doesn't feel like that at the time. It feels like, fucking hell, 110 quid in fuel. Jesus. But that's going to be one of my things. I'm going to try and keep the cars with now that I've got a couple of bob knocking about. I won't have a couple of bob knocking about for long because there are bills and things that I'm all behind on. So you know what's going to happen. I'm feeling all flush at the moment, and within 7 days I'll be totally skint again because I've paid stuff off. But I'm going to try and get all of the cars with some fuel in them so that I'm not scratting about on empty. It doesn't do them any good, of course. It's bad practice, and I'm not going to do it. And before the little bit of money I've got runs out, I also want to sort out some tyres for Stigbutt and Sheeson. Ideally, some really nice part worn ones, but really, you know, top of the range part worns. There's a question for you, and this is a genuine question. What do you think is the better option? What do you think is the better option? Really high quality, good branded part ones, or brand new budget tyres? Which do you go for? And which do you think I should go for? Obviously the ideal would be brand new high spec tyres, but you know, they're just beyond my budget. So that's a genuine question, by the way. Which do you think I should go for, and which do you go for? So Tracy, hopefully you've now been to the bog and I can crack on. Diddly do. Oh, hello. Oh, I've just been pinged. Cheap 75 being sold. Oh, right. I'll check that out straight after the live stream. Gilbert says he wants a 1300 K11 CVT. Now you've said it, so do I. I love my Micros. Like I say, I've got a soft spot for them because I passed my test in them. And I've had two relatively recently within the last 5 years. And I love them both, and I really wouldn't mind another one. They were, yeah, fabulous things. I might even look out for one. Anyway, Mr. B&B says I got it right with K11, excellent. D Mac, great Boaty. You've seen me dance on Ali Mac Live. Oh, is that who you are? Right, you were the lady that I saw on the on Ali Mac Mechanical's live stream. Right, okay. Yeah, right. Not so bad yourself, if I may say so. Anyway, goodness me. Diddly do. Oh well, that's them chatting between themselves. A hidden comment. Oh, that's harsh. I didn't know. KKC says that I drove a CVT in the USA as a hire car this year. Oh, hello, it's just jumped. A complete shitbox, and my daily is an auto. I had this conversation with Simon because he's always slated CVTs. And in Sheeson, which is a CVT, my summation of it is this. In normal drive mode, the CVT is a bit weird. It's a disquieting sensation. It can be annoying. It tends to be very slow. because the CVT will maintain the revs, and in normal mode it maintains the revs at around 2000. Now, especially in a Rover, I think that's quite useful, because it means that when the car is warming up, you can, and when you shouldn't be exceeding 2000 revs, because you don't want to endanger the head gasket. So it means that you can achieve speed without over revving the car when it's cold. So that's a plus. And it's good for economy, I think. It's a jolly economical little car, she said. But yeah, if you're used to a normal car or a normal auto, it is a bit annoying, and it kind of feels as if the clutch is slipping. And I didn't like it until I've got a video. I can't remember what the video is called, but watch it. Especially you, Simon, if you haven't watched it already. And it's something about Sheeson, and I didn't know it could do that, or I genuinely didn't realise the car could do that. And it was when I found the difference with that CVT box of putting it into sports or into sequential manual mode, and that changes things. So as I said to Simon, in sports mode the CVT becomes rather a hoot, but in sequential mode it's sublime, and I would take it over a manual every single time. It's, you know, it's in my mind it's the equivalent of an absolutely modern flappy paddle gearbox. It's brilliant, and I adore it. Let's see. D Mac is still dancing. Oh, there's a sight to see. GUU passed his test in a Ford Orion Biscan. Don't know. Project MGTF, Simon is enjoying saying the word underscore. Oh. Mr. B&B says, road trip to the peaks would be great. February, perhaps. Anytime, mate. Anytime you fancy it. Yeah. I know we said before that you've got family or history up here. So, yeah, you're more than welcome anytime. It'd be great to spend some time with you and do some stuff together. I'd love that. So, yeah, anytime you like, just shout. Gilbert T. Codwacker says that I should do the Hubnut wedding. I'd love to do that. Yeah, I would love to officiate at the Hubnut wedding. That would be fun. Project MTF says, could you exercise vehicles, Boaty? Yeah, officially, I can exercise anything. You know, I have the power of God within me, apparently. Jimmy Quinn very kindly says, Mustard more famous, but no one beats Boaty live show. That's very kind of you saying so. Thank you very much. But Mustard is my pal, so I will say he's now doing his own live streams and will be doing them regularly. And I think they're going to be on Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock. So do tune in and give him every little bit of support, and then come back here on Thursday and tell me that mine are better. Sorry, hashtag not sorry. MCH underscore 419 says, the suggestion of you naming viewers' cars seems less daft now we know you're ordained. Good point. I can christen your cars. Your cars could be officially christened by the Reverend Boaty, and I'd give you a certificate of christening and we could film it for a small contribution to the singles charity. What a great idea. My brother has a 2008 Micro 1.4. Police ain't catching him if he decides to drive home drunk. Is it quick then? Boat is a man of the loincloth. I am a man of the cloth. MCH underscore 419 says, I'm so tempted to change my name to underscore. Do it. Do it. That would actually be really funny. And everybody has to say your name in the underscore way. um, yeah, Mr. B&B, Beards and Bangers, says the K11 is called Kitten Face and was named by Simon from Project MGTF. Gilbert He Godwacare says Mustard is keeping fish in the tank or a snake. He's going to be keeping fish, and it's pets for his kids. And that will be really good for them because they can learn about stuff and the importance of keeping a clean tank and keeping all of the levels in the water at the right rates for the fish to be comfortable and the right temperature and the right food and so on and so on and so on. Ali Mack has already subbed to Project MGTF, so that's good. Oh, the Greenwood said, just realised you've fixed the audio issue. Same new phone as last Monday or back to the old one? Back to the old one, my lovely. It turned out that iPhones from iPhone X's onwards have got an inherent fault, something to do with the noise suppression software. That means used in, well, pretty much used all the time it seems, but especially when there's no background noise, they produce that thing. And there doesn't seem to be any easy way to get around that. So yeah, I'm back filming on the trusty old iPhone 6. Okay, that's a private chat. Not sure what that is referring to, but we'll pass by that. Let's see. Dear. Boaty does marriage, says Project Nigel. Good money in the stuff. Yeah, I'm up for anything Reverend related. I'll do anything for money. Lord Brennan of Sealand says, oh, back to the apple pie question. He says it's a seasonal thing. Ice cream for the summer cold, custard for winter warm. Ali Mac Mechanical says, I do like fish fingers on a sandwich. My friends had opened a restaurant in where I stay in Malta, and their most popular dish was a fish finger sandwich. The 11th Doctor reference from Doctor Who. And thank you, good evening, Bodie. Good evening to you, James Wilson. Let's see. Bodie says custard isn't right. Well, it's not. The Greenwood, Tracy likes cold custard on a hot cakey thing. James Wilson says, I love KFC mash. Do KFC do mash? That's a new one on me. Pingu Concord says, apple pie at the Y? Question mark. Yeah, I've spoken about this many times. When I lived in the States with my American girlfriend, her method of requesting a certain form of spousal intimacy, so shall we say, was to say, hey honey, there's cherry pie at the Y. Oh, and that's cherry pie. And we're going with apple pie at the Y, which would work just as well. And in fact, I prefer apple pie to cherry pie. So that's my top tip. Ladies, if you want your husband to indulge in a bit of, or partner, or just person that you've randomly picked up at a bus stop. Anyway, if you want them to indulge in a bit of the old spousal mouthery, then tell them that there's apple pie at the Y. That might work. Mr. Ben 747 says, I might change my name to Mr. Ben _ 747. We should all change our names to something _ That would be funny. Tracy says, no to mash on Christmas dinner. No, she shouts it and says, bad. That's a bit harsh. Cheesy mash too. Mash is amazing. My mate can't stand it. Well, cheesy mash is wrong because cheese is wrong. Project MGTF shouts at Tracy and says, "What? Get your mash on?" KKC says, "Mashed sprouts on a Christmas dinner." Well, you weren't locking up. Oh, hello. I've just had an email. That's exciting. Oh, no, it's really not. Oh, dear. Bad joke alert. MCH underscore 419 says, "I only eat dairy for Christmas dinner because it's all about Jesus." Yeah. Do we need to specify which mustard muff magnet? Now there's two. Good point. Well, there's a feature. Is Captain Mustard a chip off the old block? By which we mean, is Senior Mustard also a muff magnet? And I'm going to go out on a limb here, having met the chap several times, and I can certainly vouch for his personal charm and charisma, as well as his splendid, rugged good looks. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, yeah, in my book, Mustard Senior Mustard, is a muff magnet, just like his son. But what do we all think? Do we have a father and son matching pair of muff magnets? Mash takes up too much room. Go for roasters, says Steve Cold. D Max says, "What was the most crazy wedding you had to do, Boaty?" There's a question for me. I've never officiated at a wedding yet. So I haven't done one in that sense. I've been at my own wedding, which was fairly bizarre. And I've been to about 15,000 weddings, but not officiating, but singing at the wedding reception. Because for those of you who don't know, I used to be a professional vocalist, and I've done a lot of wedding receptions for rich people who've got more money than sense. And I used to love doing them because I used to laugh at the dreadful father of the bride speeches, and I used to get terribly drunk on champagne. And a lot of the time, because I used to do rich society weddings, the sort of weddings that take place at the family home, which is a stately house, and they take place in a marquee in the gardens. And 9 times out of 10, they'd have booked this through my promotions company. So I would be supplying the whole reception entertainment, as well as actually singing myself as part of the live cabaret. So there'd be a team of us there. And, oh God almighty, the money that we used to make is really, I mean, we charged enough in the first place, but it was always the same deal. You'd do your allotted time, and they'd have their cabaret, and they'd have their disco, and they'd have their comedian, and whatever else they wanted that we supplied. And when the end of the night came, there would always be a marquee full of hooray Henrys, and they would want the entertainment to carry on. And we'd all do that, "Oh, well, we've only been booked until such and such a time." And because these are people with more money than sense, they would throw cash at us, 30 minutes by 30 minutes, to get us to just carry on doing whatever. And we were more than bloody happy to do it. And the amount of money that we made in cash over and above and on top of the huge charge that we'd charged these rich, posh people used to be brilliant. And there were always loads and loads of crates of champagne and booze left over afterwards, which invariably they would tell us, "Oh, take a drink, help yourself." And we'd load crates of champagne onto the trucks and take them back with us and drive back from wherever the wedding was to my place where we'd all crash. But before we crashed, we'd be out on my lawns at like 5 o'clock in the morning, drinking champagne and eating curry before we all crashed and hit the sack at like 7 o'clock in the morning and slept until 3 and then got up to do it all over again at another wedding the following night. God, those were happy times. Hang on, where did I get to? Hang on. Oh, I've missed some. What's happened? Right, we did the bad joke. We did the muff magnet thing. We did Mr. Ben changing his name to Mr. Ben underscore 747. Where did I? Did that. Oh, okay. Right, let's whiz through these. I need to. Fucking hell, it's 12:30 and I haven't told you about the. Oh, so much for 1 hour, eh, my loves? Bloody hell. Let's get through these comments. Oprah, Helena Bonham Carter in 4 years' time. She's maybe 35 years older than me, but she's hot. Yeah, well, come back and tell us in 4 years' time. You can't pre-book your Oprah. Best breakfast, says Gilbert. Warburton crumpets with jam. KKC feature. Rich blokes who this is an entry for my rich blokes who punched above their weight feature. My vote is Peter Crouch. When asked what he would be if he was not a footballer, he replied single. Well, the feature was actually fat blokes that punched above their weight, but this is a spin-off of that feature, and he's making a joke against himself there. He seems to be a nice chap actually, but yeah, definitely punching. Now we've got people asking Mustard if he had a good night. Tell them Mustard, tell them what happened last night. Long Good Friday, a film that predicted the future. Clarkson is in bother again. Yeah, not half. Early next year, I believe, is the return of Clarkson's Farm. Looking forward to that. Mr. Ben 747, who may soon be Mr. Ben underscore 747, says he's off because he's too pissed and he's making no sense. Good night, Mr. Ben 747. Clarkson might have upset Markle. Clarkson's upset Twitter. God above. People saying good night to Mr. Ben. Give the new Top Gear a chance, Boaty, says James Wilson. It's actually awesome and beats the baboon, the midget and the angry old man. I used to like them when I was younger, but realised how bad their opinions were. I did give it a chance. I did watch it. I think it's absolute shit. And I love the baboon, the midget and the angry old man. Sorry, I'm with them. I think the new Top Gear is pants. But if you like it, great. You know, it'd be a boring world if we were all the same. Project MGTF says deal. That's in relation to him driving Sheet and me driving Margaret. Right. I like James May when the 75 came out. He knocked it then in 2003. He changed his mind and called it the perfect car for modern driven. And Hammond paid some taxi driver saying the S-Type was better. MCH underscore 419 says, I keep watching Top Gear in the hope it improves. Paddy and Flintoff don't really fit. In my opinion, they'd be better choosing a retired racer or stunt driver or a YouTuber. That's an interesting idea. New feature. If you were casting for a new Top Gear and you had to pick 3 YouTubers, which 3 YouTubers would you pick? Okay. I wish I had my old Fiat Regatta, the one with the boot. Bloody hell, that takes me back to Fiat Regatta. Const says, I want to come in your house and drink your wine in front of you. Anybody is welcome to come into my house and drink wine. I have an open door policy here at Windy Bum. Anybody is welcome to come and I will feed you and I will give you drink. Anything that I've got, I'm more than happy to share with anybody. I'm like that. And welcome to the live stream. Oh, Chef Daniel, good evening, sir. He's done something, and I don't know what it is. It's a super thing, but I'm not sure which one. Um, or he's just become a channel member, possibly. But whatever it is, Chef Daniel, thank you very much for the support. Really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Um, it says welcome to club. So does that mean that you've become a channel member? I'm not absolutely sure, but you're all lit up in green and it's wonderful. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. Tracy says Steve's home at the moment, but back in. Oh, this is my friend Steve, world's fastest talker, with whom Tracy does a live stream. Steve's home at the moment, but back in from Wednesday over Christmas. They're going into a lung to clean it out and see if they can find out the cause of all the pain. Oh, bless him. Jesus Christ. Poor sod. Give him my love. If we get enough people, we could make an event at the Motorist. They seem keen on getting small gatherings in. Yeah, we could. But I couldn't. Yeah, we could. No harm in doing that. But I like the idea of doing it at the Village Hall here, where we can do our own catering. Because that will make it more cost effective, because I can basically subsidise it for anybody who's on a particularly low income and can't afford it. But yeah, the Motorist would be fun. Tracy says, were you planning a short stream tonight then? 1 hour is not like you, must be hungover. Laugh my arse off. I'm knackered. I've done 2 long days and I haven't told you why they've been 2 long days. Let me quickly tell you before I go back to the comments. Yesterday I delivered Henrietta Pie to the lovely Simon, and today I've been up to Project Nigel headquarters to spend the day with Mustard, and we were going to pick up a caravan, and things have happened today, and it's been a great day, a long day, and I'm tired and I've got stuff to do. That's why it was supposed to be only 1 hour. Best laid plans, that didn't happen, did it? And I'm back up there on Wednesday, and guys, there's going to be some good video content coming up. If you like me and Mustard doing stuff together, you've got some treats coming. And they're going to be going to a whole new level on Wednesday. Trust me. Anyway. You know, Booty, you should always be conscious. Always keep a 75 or ZT tank above a quarter, says James Wilson. Yeah, I know you should, and in future I will. Glue 25 cents to the underneath of your fuel tank. That way it's always over a quarter. Genius. And I've got a shed load of American coins, so I could literally do that. Henny's getting Toyos when I get saving again. Fairly cheap and good quality. So should I think about those for the for Stigbutt, which would be the same wheel, same tyres? John Maruzzi said high quality part worns to match others. GUU says good part worn. This is in my question on should I go for good part worns or brand new budgets. James Wilson takes the opposite point of view and says brand new budgets because part worns are always a risk, to be honest. I got some part worns for the 45 when I had it, and they were Continentals, but they were from 2011. I don't know about part worns, depends on year and tread. Well, you can tell what year they're from, can't you? Because they have a code on them. A hidden comment. I've used part worns and budgets, says KKC. I would use budgets unless you're going to drive like a dick. Part worns from Europe are good. The crowd scrap theirs with 4 mil on them. Bad Book says brand new budget for ordinary daily driving. That's what I went for on the 75. I'm just wondering about on the on Stigbutt, because I do tend to give Stigbutt a bit of a boot. Mustard's friend Toyab had a K11 for food delivery and he loved it. Lots of people do. Um, okay, where was I? Boti, you will have to join us on Ali Mac Live and have a dance. You don't want me dancing on live or anywhere else. You can name Barney for me. Oh my God, Boti will christen your car, says Tracy. What a boggling thought. Why not? Oh, there's some D Mac going stuff. Did I get you the wrong one? Were you not the lady on Ali's live stream? Apologies if you were the. Oh, I don't know. I was confused by it all. It was all smoking and swearing and where are we? Tracy says that underscore is wibbling the ladies' undercarriages. Boaty should christen Mustard the hairy Paddington. That's a good idea. Project MGTF says underscore is my new favourite thing. Another message held for review, and it's DMAC who says underscore sexy. Project Nigel says he'll enjoy that nonsense. DMAC corrects themselves and says underscore because they originally said underscore sexy. And if you are too sexy, then you would be undersore. Chafes a bit when you crack on a bit too long, doesn't it? Tracy says, Project Nigel crying with laughter here. Boaty saying underscore is fettling the ladies' undercrackers. It's the way he tells them. What did you sing at the weddings? Highway to Hell, says KKC. Okay, I'll let you into a little secret to my eternal shame and embarrassment. The first wedding I ever did, I didn't think, for those who don't know, I fronted a Neil Diamond tribute show called Hot August Night. And the first time we did a wedding, it didn't occur to me to check and change the set list. So I actually sang Love on the Rocks at a wedding. And I wished the ground, I realised about a quarter of a way into the song and I couldn't back out of it. And I had to try and make light of it and make a joke. Sorry, my internet disconnected. The joys of living in the wilds of the Peak District. Hopefully you're back now. I need to wrap this up. I'll tell you more about the caravan on Thursday, and you should see a video before that. But what can I tell you? Mustard and Boaty, we're going to be doing caravanning, and the caravan is awesome. I'm telling you, it is awesome. And you guys, you are going to love it. It's going to take our thing to a whole new level. Now, let's rattle through these comments and then let's all bugger off. Because I need to eat and I need to sleep and I need to get some stuff sorted out. I'm busy all day tomorrow. Wednesday's going to be a super, super busy day. Lord above. It's fun though. Life is amazing at the moment. Where did I get to? Ali Mac's heading off to bed, otherwise he'll never get any work done tomorrow. So he will bid us all good night. Please remember to hit the like button for Boaty. Yeah, please do. If you can hit like on the video, that would be great. And if you're watching this not live and adverts pop up, please watch the adverts. It all helps. So good night, Ali Mac. Thanks for coming, mate. Tracy says, hey babe, come and underscore in the lady garden. Boaty on the rocks, lol. Yeah, that was not a good moment. I think we've got to saying good night, haven't we? Yeah, I think we're all pretty much saying good night to each other. MCH underscore 419 says, £5 for you to christen a car with the owner's name choice, £10 for you to decide the name and christen it, maybe, since it's charity related. Yeah, I will do anything to raise money for my charity. Well, almost anything. Well, no, pretty much anything. I have no shame. I'm certainly happy to, in my official capacity as the Reverend Boaty, I am very happy to christen anybody's car, and we could make that a thing. We could come up with certificates and stuff and make it an actual thing. Yeah, my car's been christened by the Reverend Boaty, something like that. And we must do that certificate thing for the OPWAPs, and we must send certificates, virtual ones, not real ones, but we must send them via Twitter and Instagram and Facebook to the people who've been put forward as OPWAPs. They should know. They will be happy. Hello, let's have a look. Project Nigel says, I will tomorrow. I've got no idea what he'll do tomorrow, but he'll do it tomorrow. T-shirt slogan, yep, good show. Fat blokes that punch above their weight. Aren't the two concepts mutually exclusive? No, clearly not. As Renee in Allo Allo proved, and Alf Roberts in Coronation Street. Who doesn't love the double denim disaster anyway? Is that a Clarkson reference? I love Clarkson. I'd forgive him anything. Oh, bloody hell. Somebody's chiming in on the Top Gear feature, as in which three YouTubers would you choose for Top Gear? And he's gone for me, Mustard, and Gary Glitter. Bloody hell. Bums against the wall, Mustard. D Mac says, I would pick Boaty, Ali Mac and Simon. Project MGTF, 3 YouTubers. I'd go with Boaty, Mustard and Sarah Entuned. That'd be a good mix, I think. I don't know who that is. Maybe I should check that out. Gilbert T. Codwacker has gone for the new Top Gear. Would go for Mustard, me and James. I'd like to meet James, actually. He comes across as such a thoroughly nice chap. And there are lots of cars that I'd like to talk to him about. And I would like to have a drive of his Ferrari, because the most modern Ferrari I've driven was my own, which was a 355. I've not driven anything newer than that, and I'd like to. And I'd just like to meet James. He seems like a lovely guy. There are many people I'd love to meet. I certainly want to meet all of you. If you could make yourselves available, that'd be lovely. Let's see. You need a fly lead and a heater for the caravan. It's got a heater built in. It's already got a heater, and I don't know what a fly lead is. If the caravan is a 1984 Sprite Musketeer, sell it me, as my mum and dad had one. It is 1984, but it's not a Musketeer. It's close. It's a Buccaneer. Oh, we've got another OPWAP creeping in just before we close. Goldie Horn, good shout. Price up Toyo Proxies, I will do. I didn't want. Okay. Mustard is too sexy for Yard Cat. Oh no, yeah. Sorry, lost internet signal. It happened the first one I did, and since then, before I start, I turn off all of the other Wi-Fi devices, so there's not too much strain. But you know, I live in a really remote part of the peak. It's not a strong Wi-Fi, and sometimes it's just going to drop out, unfortunately. Did you know that Richard Bennett's wife wrote? Richard Bennett's wife, Richie, Neil Diamond's guitarist, wrote Forever in Blue Jeans, has a wife from Redditch. No, I had absolutely no idea. Is that true? That's amazing. Do we know her? Um, Apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be in a musical. Yes, he's finally Bach. Bloody hell, it really is time to go to bed, isn't it? Project Nigel says, good night to everybody. Good night, Mr. Boaty, and all in the chat says G-U-U. D-Max says, you'll have to sing us out, Boaty. One of these days. Not tonight. I've not got the throat for it. Jimmy Quinn says, good night. MCH underscore 419 says, good night. And Toodles. Chef Daniel says, oh, Chef Daniels is now in green with a little badge. So yeah, he has signed up as a channel member. So thank you very much for that. I really, really appreciate the support. Yeah, welcome to channel membership. If there's anything I can do for you on top, over and above the perks that are listed, just give me a shout. But thank you. I'm really, really, really grateful. Oh, I love seeing these names in the green with the little badge. Oprah Sheila Ballas. Let's see. Stephen S. Paul says, good night, English friends. Intro and outro music need playing on the organ next time. Oh, that's something I could buy. I could get a little, I could finally get a stool for me organ. Me organ needs a stool, my loves. Oh, God above, it's 10 to 1. I was going to have an early night. What's for supper? Oh, I've got curry. Oh, I've got really good curry. I've got a portion of the curry that made with the Carolina Reaper Naga chili. The hottest chili in the world. Gives it a nice little kick, my lovelies. KK said, I don't know Richie Bennett, but have contacts to Knopfler, who he now plays with. Oh, brilliant. Another brilliant live stream, Boaty. Good night, all, says Jimmy Quinn. Thank you and good night. It is true about Richard. That's brilliant. Amazing. Got a wife from Redditch. Blimey. Small world, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Good night to you all. Thank you for your company and your support tonight, as always. Thank you to all of you who've sent super duper things and supporting me by becoming channel members. It means the bloody world to me. It really does, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. And it will make a difference. Not to me, well, partly to me, but it'll make a difference to others because any money that comes away of the channel, one way or the other, it's all going to end up in the charity where, you know, it's going to do a bit of good, even if it's just funding the virtual stuff that we do to make sure that at any hour of the day or night, anybody who's in need never needs to be alone. There's always somewhere that they can reach out. And I've got a dedicated phone line, and I'm always on the end of chat and whatnot. And yeah, so thank you. It's a lovely thing to do. So yeah, next live stream will be on Thursday night, and will I have an update for you? There's going to be some cracking videos coming up, especially on. Oh, let's see now. They're all going to be good vids coming up, I think, but there's one that I'm going to try and get out on Wednesday, because I would like it to get out there before, there's going to be some good stuff coming up, guys. Me and Mustard have had, we had such a laugh today. It's been really great, and I hope that transposes onto the videos, and that you lot will love them too. And there are going to be amazing times ahead. Things are about to get a hell of a lot funnier, because, well, you wait until you see it. Oh dear me. But yeah, super exciting, loads of planning. Mustard will be doing a live stream tomorrow night where he no doubt will reference some of the same things that we've been up to. So do support Mustard. That will be his live stream tomorrow night, 10 p.m. My videos will be going out at 19 hours, as usual. And then there will be a live stream at 11 o'clock on Monday. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your support, and have a great night. Stay safe, stay warm, and take great care of yourselves. And thank you again for your company. Um, oh, I've just been pinged by Mustard. That Caravan of Love song was just on the radio. It's a sign. I think it is. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. And that's what we're going to be asking you all to do. There are going to be fun times ahead. And Mustard and I are, we're clutching our little tinkles with excitement over it. Some of the plans that we've got. He came up with one idea when we were driving back. And I almost wet myself and crashed the car. It was that funny. And we're going to do it. I must go. Good night, my loves. Thank you for your company. And you just take the best care of yourselves. And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.